Hey everybody, welcome to another Tech Talk. Of course, I'm Manitoba Hal. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. I am in the middle of getting ready to go back out on tour, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about looping. Now, I've done a lot of these kind of looping videos in the past, and many people keep asking me questions about it, so I'm going to do one more for you on the Patreon, folks, but I want to go a little deeper into the process of thinking things out, because I think that sometimes, certainly in my past videos, I've talked broad concepts, and I haven't really gotten down to the nitty-gritty, as it were, of how you figure something out. So let's do a little bit of that today. One thing you need to understand about looping is that what you're doing when you're using a looper is you're stacking layers of sound one on top of another. So you're recording one pass of a piece, then you're recording a second pass with some other orchestration, a third pass, and so on. Now, every looper that you run will advertise their looping time in minutes, and they'll say up to 3 hours of looping time, but that doesn't mean unlimited for 3 hours. It means you have 3 hours of memory, and that each time you loop, you stack up. So, for example, if I loop a 1 minute passage of music, and then I loop a second layer on it, I now have 2 minutes of memory used. If I stack a third layer, that's 3 minutes of memory used, and so on. Now, that's actually a lot of time. Modern loopers, I think it's hard for someone to actually ever use it all up, but it's a great tool for practicing an arrangement of a song. So what I do when I'm starting a song is I think of what the basics of my song is. So for example, let's do Freight Train. I have not done Freight Train ever on a loop, but I'm going to do it for you guys. So Freight Train is a pretty easy song. We're going to do it in the key of C because we're on a baritone uke. I've got a transcription that I put down below. And it goes basically like this. C, 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 G7, 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 C, E, and F, C, G7, C. And it's got this lovely picking pattern. So at this point, I need to ask myself, what do I want to hear? Now, if I'm going to be mostly singing over it, I don't need to worry about that picking pattern. I don't need to loop that at all, because I'll play that over as a special solo in the middle of the song. So I've got this pattern that's going. So I can start by just looping that. You see how that works very nicely on a simple arrangement. But the problem is I'm locked into an entire phrase there. So if I make a mistake somewhere, suddenly I'm all out of sync with it. So what I try to do is I try to look for ways to distill an arrangement. I try to look for ways to distill an arrangement down to its essence. Now, how you do that is I mean, it's a bit of woo-woo voodoo for me. I don't really understand. I don't have a policy or a pattern or something that I specifically do. But what I try to do is, first thing I look at is the basic groove of the piece, you know. So the way I was playing it anyway, there's this nice boom, 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 boom kind of feeling with it, you know. Boom. So the song's in the C, so what I can do is I could just do a key of C thing and a couple bars of C laid down. that really works because 99 times out of 100 on this song, I'm holding that C chord down, and or more importantly, I'm holding that note. Like if I'm playing my E, that second fret on my D string is held, it's firm. If I'm playing on the F, I move down to the 3rd fret, and that's a bit of a trouble because I've got this minor second shift there, but I'm not on that very long. But let's try to figure out a way around that. So if I'm looking at my chords, and I've got my C, I've got my G7, I've got my E, my F, and my C. What's really in common is these ones. So a loop that would work without me holding that note where I would get that minor second down, that would always work, would be these middle 2 strings. If I just did a thing back and forth. So you see, that works really well. Now there's none of that dissonant bass harmony going on. But let's say I wanted to add a bass line. So I mean, I've got this nice octave pedal here. So I want to put a C scale in there and create some sort of bass riff on C. Now, what I have to do is I have to think a little bit about how this is going to work, because what I've got to do is, that's got to be my low note. I've got to... So I need to play around a little bit with that, knowing that I've got my C note here. We got our pattern going on. I've got 2 bars. So something simple. Let's try that. So let's play our melody over it and see how that goes. I think that, right? Freight train, runs so fast. Freight train, runs so fast. Please don't say what train I'm on. They won't know where I am going. Freight train, runs so fast. Freight train, runs so fast. Please don't say what train I'm on. Won't know where I am going. Nice C chord over it. Now we've got a full band, right? Sounds pretty nice, eh? I think so. just by thinking out things a little bit ahead of time, looking at our scales, and trying to think of what is the thing we want to hear at the very top of that loop. So the thing right underneath what we play, or what is the main instrument we want an audience to hear, we can come up with some creative looping solutions that are actually a little bit better than just simply strumming our chords. I mean, I could easily turn around, as I said, I'll just undo this loop. I could do that whole thing, you know. That was not what I wanted to hear. So I could just do that whole loop with, you know, free, 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 runs so fast. Free, 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 runs so fast. Please don't say what train I'm on. You won't know where I good, but it's kind of busy, right? There you go. There's two different ways to approach the same song. Both are kind of good. Again, I don't advocate playing an entire passage like that, because I find that you'll end up with you'll end up with this constant running loop that has changes in it that you have to remember where it is, and if you fall off for some reason, it doesn't work. So I try to create those little short loops that can cover a wide range of changes. So I look at my bass notes, I look at the notes that I'm going to be playing, and I go, how will this work with other changes? And if I can find notes that will pop out, I'm a happy guy. So anyway, so thank you very much for joining us on another Tech Talk. I'll be back in a couple weeks with another subject, and next week with a tutorial video that everyone will see. I am off to the Scottish Ukulele Festival on Thursday next week as well. Actually, I leave on Wednesday. Doesn't really matter. I'm there next weekend. That's my point. So next weekend's Tech Talk, I'll be traveling on the day it comes out. So the reason I'm telling you that is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to a bunch of the artists who are at the festival. We're going to do a special behind the scenes kind of thing for you guys. And it probably will come out a little bit late next week. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to do it, but I am quite literally flying home on the day that it's supposed to publish, so I don't know that I'll have it done in time. I'm going to try to have it done maybe Monday night, but anyway, I'm not supposed to apologize for these things. I'm doing my best for you, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. So have yourselves a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, practice, and as always, send your questions, send your comments. Let me know what you're thinking, and we'll keep going on things like this for you. So see you later, and have yourselves a great day.